when the history of the socialist movement comes to be written, what is happening here in Manchester this week will be seen to be a turning point. And I tell you why. Everything we have been told for years, trust the market, borrow and spend, keep the government out, has turned out to be completely wrong. All over the world, people are facing a crisis that will affect their homes and their jobs and their children's future in education and health and their pensions. And our responsibility today is to give hope to those people that there is an alternative. This is not a time for sectarian excesses. It's not a time for personal attacks. It is a time to give people hope, and I tell you why. Because if you don't give people hope, then that is when the forces of fascism build. And I have seen that in my own lifetime. Remember Hitler coming to power. Remember Oswald Mosley blaming the Jews and the communists and the trade unionists. And that, when that happens, when people have no hope, then it leads to war. And by God, that's the second problem. We've got war now on a massive scale. The bombing of Afghanistan, the invasion of Iraq, the threat to Iran, the bombing by the Americans of a Commonwealth country, Pakistan. We've got the threat to Chavez and Morales in Latin America, and even Sarah Palin, the vice presidential candidate, said on the radio she would be ready to contemplate a war with Russia. I went to see the Russian ambassador the day before yesterday just to tell him that there were millions of people in this country who wanted friendship with the Russian people, who remember in the last World War, it was the massive suffering of the Russian people that gave us the time to beat Hitler. And I will never be party to any policy involving conflict with the people of Russia. And I think that that is something we've got to think about as well. So that's what we're about. We're today here about giving people hope, credible hope. Because all over the world now, people who believed all this nonsense about a war on terror and about trusting the market are looking for an answer. Rosa Luxemburg said socialism or barbarism. By God, that's come home a bit, hasn't it? Yeah. And so this is why the Stop the War movement is so important. I don't know if any of you are going to be here over the Labour conference, but there's a left convention bringing together people from the Greens and from Respect and the Labour Party and so on, in order to try and make it clear that we are setting aside sectarian differences, because our job is so important. And outside the Friends Meeting House is a famous quotation: "What is morally wrong cannot be politically right." This is a moral question. So, my friends, forgive me if I go straight away, but I'm going to the left convention myself. And I'll be here, and all of us will be here over the next few days. But we represent the future, and that is the important thing to keep us going. Thank you very much.